Likeliest of places. We are in a junkyard in Phoenix, Arizona. Looking at this. This is a 1973, I believe. I think. Let's find the ID tag. There you go. Yes. 1973, if it'll focus. Dodge Motorhome. Serial number 241311. It's a Dodge DeSoto. Oh, here's a better tag. It's a Dodge DeSoto Fargo motorhome. Let's get the whole tag in the picture. Again, it is 1973. As you can tell, it's very ratified. Why are you asking that we are going through this today? It's not because of the stove or the burner hood or even the double stainless steel sink. It's not because of the wonderful window glass or the fact that it's all fiberglass, because it's starting to rot out pretty good in lots of different places. The floor's pretty solid though. Why are we in here? We're in here because this truck has, according to the odometer, 25,265.6 miles on it. Why do you say that's important? It's important because it kind of knows how many miles is on the engine that's in here. And the engine that's in here is a 6.2 liter Chevy diesel. The Chevy 6.2 liter diesel was not made until 1980 something. 81 late, early 82. When it was put into production into trucks. But here sits one in a 73 Dodge motorhome. I've looked at it for a couple of weeks now and thought and finally pulled the trigger on it and decided, yes, I'm going to buy this son of a bitch. Why? Because it's going to be spare parts for another project we have. It looks like it was put in here really well. Whoever put it in here did a really great job. When I crawled under it and took the starter off of it, which was good. Get out of the way. It looked really good. I tried turning the motor with a tire iron, and it turned. I don't see a reason for the motor to be, or for the motorhome to be in here as of potential motor problems, unless it got a blown head gasket or bad injectors or something like that. As a blown motor, I don't think so. Motor turned, and it turned hard, which it should for a 6.2 with 20-to-1 compression. I do plan on taking the motor and the transmission out of this today, and you are going to watch that process. And we're going to see how well this works. Because I've got to figure out how to get it out of this hole with a cherry picker, or without an engine hoist. I got to do it with an overhead gantry crane. So yeah, this is going to be fun. There's going to be a lot of sawing involved. There's going to be a lot of moving involved. Yeah, this is going to be fun. I'm going to enjoy this. Unfortunately, I don't think the camper's going to. But at the same breath, I don't think the camper's really going to give a rat's ass either. So there we go. And with that said, I'm going to stop now and look around and see what else. Oh, I'm going to steal this, which is the shifter for it, for the transmission that's in it. I don't know how accurate that is. I don't think it's accurate at all. But I'm going to take the shifter because it is hooked to this transmission. And I'm going to take the shifter cable because if I do the project I think I'm going to do with it, I'm going to need a shifter. And that one looks pretty goddamn good. So, yeah, that is what we're going to do. So, I'm back. After sitting and looking again and contemplating, I am getting this motor. There is no contemplating that. Just trying to figure out how I'm going to get this motor. This is fiberglass. This is fiberglass. The top is fiberglass. And I think what I'm going to do is cut that son of a bitch. We'll pull this window out. This one on the other side too. Cut it across the top. cut it across here, get it as low as I can along this point. Same thing on the other side. Get rid of this and the radiator and what's left of this itty bitty grill. And then that cherry picker, this should be able to get in there and grab a hold of that motor and slide it out this hole. Oh, I'm gonna have to cut the bumper off too, or unbolt the bumper, one or the other. But okay, so that seems to be the plan. And it looks like there's no screws on the outside of these windows, so I got to go inside and unscrew them. I don't think anybody's going to use them, but yeah, see, 1973. They call it a Studebaker, but hey, whatever. I don't think anybody's going to want the windows, but I'm not going to break them either. Not if I don't have to. And I'll do the same thing here. I'll unbolt this bracket and I'll cut it across here down to this body line. Cut it across so I can get it as low as I can, which means I'm going to take out most of that dash. And we're just going to tip it forward and drag it out of the way. Alright, so a little bit more walk around on the Unicorn. Gas tank fill spout. It doesn't say a damn thing about diesel fuel. Generator cubby. That's empty. It is a StarCraft, and it was last licensed or last legal to drive on the road in 2012. So it's 10 years ago. Yeah, God knows if it's ran since then or what, but yeah, this is what we got. So as the viewer can see, there's a whole bunch of screws in this window. There's just as many, and I've already started. And there's just as many in that window. So this is going to be fun. I'm not going to video me taking screws out, but yeah, that's what I'm doing. Taking screws out. All right, a little bit of progress. I got this piece out right here. There was a bolt here and a bolt here. Held the piece in. Next, the grill. And you pull that bolt. And that bolt. Yay, now we're starting to get somewhere. All right, well, it looks like that's the bolts for the bumper. Looks like that's the bolts for the bumper, but there's a piece of wood in the way. I'll have to figure out how to hammer that out of the way. But I'll do it, whatever. We'll figure it out, a little bit by little bit. But it looks like the bumper's gonna come off with 6 fucking bolts. Awesome, awesome, and they look like they're 3/4 half-inch bolts, which is 3/4 inch wrench size. Yeah, baby. All right, so I've been here at my 3/4 inch wrench, the impact in the deep socket, because they are 3/4 inch bolts. I tried the wrench on the bolt head. It fits. Hooray me. Now, roll under here and look at this. Let's see if I can get the impact. Oh, hell yeah, I can get the impact in here for most of this. I may have to wrench off a couple of them, but not that big a deal. Radiator's fucked, which is fine. I'm pulling it anyway. I don't need it. Whoever put this in here, as you can see, they welded those plates in for the motor mounts. So this is a transplant. Yeah, you can see the welds actually didn't do too bad a weld job either. I'm kind of half-ass impressed. Block heater, or radiator heater. That's where the starter was. I pulled that. Oil pan's got a little bit of a dent in it, but that's not that big a deal. That right there is the transmission cable. I want to take the exhaust off back there, that bucket bracket behind the transmission. I'm just going to sawzall it right there because that much of it's coming with me. Tranny cooler lines look like they're rubber. Going back, but not all the way to the transmission because there's a metal one. Did a decent job this side when they transplanted this motor. It definitely is a transplant. The more I look at it, the more I can see it is a transplant. They did use the Dodge power steering pump. Then they did use the Dodge radiator, or alternator, which I'll show you later. But yeah, the alternator's up there, and it is a Dodge alternator. That belt's loose. 7-blade clutch fan, which is fucking badass. Yeah, so I'll pull that bolt right there, and I'll pull that bolt right there. Pick this fucking motor up. I'll unbolt the 2 bolts at the back of the transmission, and cut that exhaust. The wiring is almost all unhooked, so it won't take a whole lot to do that. The coolant should be already drained out of it, but the last thing I take off is going to be that radiator hose just in case. I'll have all the bolts pulled and everything done under here, including disconnecting that shift cable, because I will be getting that shift cable. It is coming with me. I like the way they routed it. It was probably original for the original Dodge chassis, and that's why I say I'm not so sure that the shift pattern's right, but hey, as long as it works, I really don't care. It's just another millennial anti-theft device, the way it looks. Yeah, nice solid bumper. Whoever put it on did a decent job until it got pulled with a wrecker and it bent everything up, but hey, whatever. All right, now time to start getting rid of some bolts. Well, after careful consideration and deliberation, this gasket is shot. So I'm going to take a razor knife. I'm going to cut this top lip off, pull the top lip off, and that should allow this gasket right here to come out, this middle piece. And then I can pop that window from the inside out. And do that to both of those. All right, boys and girls, there's what it looks like with the window glass removed. I will remove the next one on camera since my assistant will be here. And we'll see what we can do. This one's already broken. I got the other one out in one piece. So we'll see if I can get this one out without breaking it anymore. Both of these window glasses are laminated glass. So there we go. All right, something else I can do while I'm waiting is I can get rid of this tranny cooler. Probably cut that line if I can with a razor knife. If not, I'll just go underneath and cut the metal line back as far as I can and try and pull that through and get it out of the way and get that out so I can start working on getting this hole open. And we'll go from there. Yeah, slow but sure. Slow but sure. Alright, I'm on the inside now. I've removed the shifter because we're going to take it home with us. It's not going to get crushed like this thing is. I've got that fucking screw right there. The only one I couldn't get out. Out of all 208 screws that held this fucking window in, that one had to fucking stay. The 208 in the other window came out, but that's all right. So what I'm going to try to do is bend this lip up enough that I can get the window out over top of the fiberglass. Because if you look on this side, you'll see there's a fiberglass lip right here. And if I can get that metal piece to go up over top of that fiberglass lip, that window will come out. So what I'm going to try to do now is push the bottom of this window out just a little bit for Brian on that side. Be careful, that window is not light. I can guarantee you that from the other one. Don't pull on the window. Okay, so I'm going to set you down. You're probably not going to get much video, but hey, we might get something. We don't know. I'll find out. We'll find out in editing. So, this screw has to come off, or at least that metal piece has to come off and up. If I can get it to come up like such, we can get this window out. Fucker. Alright. She'll come out now. Alright, Brian, I'm going to hand the bottom out to you. Well, no, the screw still, that metal piece is still holding. I gotta work on it. It wants to be a dick, and I'm gonna win. There it is. It's loose now. It's stuck up in the corner. Yep. Can you open that open? Maybe. No. Nope. We'll get it loose. One way or another, we'll get her loose. All right, I'm coming outside. I'm leaving the camera run. Get out of my way, motherfucker. I'm gonna be tripping over this. side.
Yeah.
Got in there. That's okay. Pull it down. Pull down. There you go. Yeah. Window on this side, and we didn't break it either.
Put that on my fingers.
Got it?
Yeah.
All right. There we go. One window down. See? Window gone. All right, as you can see, I started cutting right here. There's a problem. That's metal. That's heavy metal. That's a big ass fucking piece. We just got to take our time and go through it because I didn't ask you to get me metal cutting saws, saw blades. I got him to get me plywood cutting saw blades so we could cut through his fiberglass faster. I was not thinking it was going to be steel reinforced. Oops. Here we go. All right, so we cut through. It took a little bit longer than I thought it was gonna, but it cut pretty good, even with the wood saw blades. Fiberglass cut really easy till I hit right here. As you can see, the light stops us because we are hitting a cross piece. I don't have any choice. I'm gonna have to cut through it because it goes all the way back up to here. The rest of the way across, I got this one, and then back over here, I got the same damn thing, and probably got a metal piece right there. But that's okay. The top will come off. All right, so what kind of demolition would it be without Tanya Harding appearing in the video? Tanya's got to show up. So I've come to the conclusion that these windows have to come out. We've showed you how to take the rubbers off and get them out if you wanted to save the windows. Yeah, well, we're done saving the windows. So my buddy here, my cohort in crime, my videographer at the moment,
If I don't break my toe.
who doesn't like Tanya and throws her across the parking lot, is going to demonstrate the proper way to get rid of these windows. And that, children's, is how you get rid of a window that you're not going to save. Oh, look, another one. Can you reach it? There we go. One window removed. Now he's got to do is pull the rubbers off.
You said rubber.
I did say rubber, but you still ain't pulled the fucking rubber off.
That big ass screwdriver.
You don't need it. You should just be able to grab a hold of it and just pull it off.
Yeah, well, 19th.
There you go.
There goes.
Hot dog. That's one. I'm gonna itch like hell for the next week. Hot dog. There's two. And that's how you get rid of rubber. All right. So it's time to remove this top, if it'll come off. You ready? All right, we're gonna have to do it different, but that's okay. I got another plan. All right, you out of the way?
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's a lot easier.
And that, kid, is how you make a convertible motorhome.
There you go, baby. All right, kids. That little fucking inch and a half by inch and a half piece of square tubing is what was holding us up, but not for very damn long. All right, so check out this fucked up design. Brass, copper, brazed, upper radiator hose connector for this son of a bitch. Yeah, that's not fucking jury rigged, no way, shape, or form. I'm actually pretty proud of him. It looks. And here's my buddy. Trying to commit suicide. Sitting underneath a 40-ton fucking bumper and taking out the bolts that hold it up. Yeah.
Taking the nuts off.
Oh, you said nut. That's what I think of those.
And then you take Tanya Harding in.
Yeah, but you got two up here you got to get rid of besides the one you just took off. We can get rid of this one and do these two on this side with wrenches, and it'll be fine. We can take this sucker off, and we don't have to worry about it.
To me, you take these two bolts on either end and snatch it, the whole thing will come out. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, no. If you get rid of this bolt, and that bolt down there, and do the same thing on this side, we can take this whole cross member out. You're right.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah, see, there's two bolts up here we got to get rid of yet.
All right, well, this one will come out.
This one will come out, but you don't need to be sitting under it while you're trying to take that one out.
This bumper.
I got the bumper. Go for it. Get on it.
I can get on it, but it's staying on it is the problem. Open it. There it is.
There you go.
And it's out.
All right, get out from under it so I can let go of this bumper. Oh, be careful, damn it. Hey, it stayed on its own. Okay, give me Tanya. We are going to make a fucking adjustment with that right over there. Enough?
Keep going.
Is it moving? I'll take it as a yes, it's moving.
All right, let's see what we got.
All right. Thank you, Tanya.
Let it go a little bit more.